Good evening, everyone. My name is Sheila Hegarty, and I'd like to welcome you to NILP's annual meeting. Along with Spanish interpreters, tonight we also have ASL interpreters joining us as well, and we also have CART. If you are using our CART captioning, be aware that there is a little bit of a lag between the speaking and the words coming across your screen. So that is just technology at its best. All right. Throughout the evening, we'll be here for about an hour. And if you have any questions, please feel free to add your questions into the Q&A. And then we will be able to answer those going forward. All right, so I just want to introduce the team that is going to be a part of our meeting today. Again, my name is Sheila Hegarty. I am part of the development team with Candace Petulis, our development director, and Allison Ferrando, our executive assistant. We will kind of be behind the camera most of the night, hoping to get everything going smoothly for our meeting tonight. And we have our CEO, June Savageau, who will be speaking lots and really bringing us through our meeting today. And then, of course, we have our board of directors that is here and help represent our agency. We have Chris Mcneil, our president, David Bradburn, our vice president, Lisa Vizone, our treasurer, Jeff Wilson, our clerk, Mark Kelly, Kevin Hatch, Eric Pearson, Alan Larkin, David Ellenston, and Peter Blanchett. So those are the people that are going to be part of our meeting today. All right, so now I would like to turn the meeting over to June Savageau so that she can let us start our meeting tonight.
Thank you, Sheila. And thank you to all of you who've come out here today via virtual Zoom to be able to join in our annual meeting. I can't wait for us to get back to having our open houses and our annual meetings in person. But tonight, this is our venue. This is our time to collect together. So let's start with the mission and vision of NILP. And as I read the mission of NILP, I just want to recognize that we do have some special guests that have joined us in addition to our board members, in addition to all of our folks on the line. We also have Representative Christina Minucci. Thank you for being here. Tom Arsenal from Senator DeZoglio's office, and Michael Bevilacqua from the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for adding us to your very busy schedules tonight as well. Thank you. So the mission of NILP, the Northeast Independent Living Program, is a consumer-controlled independent living center, providing advocacy and services to people with all disabilities who wish to live independently in the community. Our vision. Let's talk about our vision. Our vision, Northeast Independent Living, is known throughout the state for helping individuals regain and retain their independence and equality in the community through information and referral, advocacy skills training, peer counseling, and transitions. Transitions includes transitions for youth ages 14 to 22 and for transitions out of skilled facilities or nursing facilities or institutions. We are a community of people who open doors to create an all-inclusive community free of communicational, attitudinal, economic, and architectural barriers for all people with disabilities. So let's start our program going forward. I'd like to call on Chris Mcneil, our president, to bring us to order. Yes.
Thank you, June. Thank you, everyone, and welcome. At this point, I'd like to call to order tonight's annual meeting.
Thank you so much, Chris. Before we get into the next section of our meeting, I just wanted to bring up our agenda for tonight so that everyone has an idea of what we will be covering throughout our meeting. So as we've already covered our vision and mission and our call to meeting, our call to order. After doing that, we will have some time where we will be doing staff years of service awards. We will be bringing some highlights about our annual report. And then we will have our business meeting. Our business meeting will have information about our president's report, the treasurer's report, and the election of a new board member this year. Some closing remarks, some Q&A, and an adjournment of our meeting. So just to kind of give everybody a summary, and our goal is to wrap things up by 6:30 tonight. Right, fantastic. So I am going to turn it back over to June so that she is able to start doing awards.
Thank you, Sheila. And this is an exciting time of the whole program because it's our opportunity to recognize our peers who are our staff who work in our community. One of the most important things about NILP is our staff because we represent the community that we serve. We are peers providing resources to other peers, and that's the whole key. That's what makes us different in everything that we do. So having honored that recognition of the fact that we're peers and in our work, let me start with our 5-year awards. So from the Recovery Learning Community, as you know, many of you may know, Northeast Recovery Learning Community is led by Helena Fontes. Helena is our director of the RLC, and she's been that director and involved with NILP and the Recovery Learning Community for 5 years. So let me present to Helena Fontes.
Let me find Helena. I'm going to spotlight her. And I can't spotlight her. I'm trying to find spotlight. I'm not the host, so I don't think I can do it.
I apologize.
That's okay. I'm asking her to start her video. And when she does, I can't spotlight her because she's not showing her video, I think. I think that's why that option isn't coming up.
For now. Hi, Helena.
Helena, can you
unmute yourself?
Oh, here we go. She's under me.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Helena. Great to see you, Helena.
Oh,
so Helena's been with us for 5 years, and this certificate is the 5-year award that recognizes her loyalty, diligence, and outstanding performance throughout her tenure at our organization. Helena and I were just talking today. We meet weekly. I am so impressed with everything that Helena does for us. The Northeast Recovery Learning Community has certainly had such a challenge through this COVID period of time in serving people in recovery, doing it in a virtual way. And now we are back to serving folks in our community with peer groups. Helena, would you like to say anything as the director of the Northeast Recovery Learning Community? Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I will just say, there's times in life where I've had jobs and I came to NILP and I realized this was like a life's calling and a mission. I never feel like it's work. The work that we do, as small as it may seem in the moment, it's really profound and has such impact on people's lives. And so I just feel like coming here is like, it's work that's worthwhile. We're actually making a difference. I'm part of something bigger than myself. It's been 5 years. It's been amazing. I'm really grateful to be a part of such a special place that's doing amazing things.
Thank you, Helena. And we are just filled with such gratitude and gratefulness for all that you've done with our community. And the next few folks are all part of your team who've been with you for the 5 years. And talk about retention. You are a leader, and they're here with you and beside you continuously through those years. So let me start with Joanne Wolf. Joanne Wolf is our manager of the older adult peer services. Wait a moment so we can highlight
Yes,
Joanne.
I'll find her. She's a participant. Let me find her. And more. And
Already done.
oh, see, she's already spotlighted. Okay.
Joanne,
We'll get the next one.
your leadership and your professional development and growth to a manager role with the older adult peer services. Would you like to say anything?
Well, I just want to say it's a privilege to work at NILP, and that it really, I had made a decision that in my older years, if I was going to do something job-wise, I wanted to give back to my community. And I'm working with older adults. I am an older adult, and I love what I do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Next spotlight for a recovery learning community staff member for 5 years is Michael Berggren. Mike, you have been very special in the program in terms of the way you've really shared your peerness with the community. Would you like to say a few words about your time at NILP?
Well, I started against the better wishes of many people when I was 5 months sober. And I've been here for 5 years, which accumulates me to, I always forget, but I know I'm over 6 years sober now, which is cool, right? That's cool. But the beautiful part is it doesn't matter. It's not about me. This team is, I don't know. We were laughing today, and not to put Helena on the spot, but it was amazing. And it just shows the depth. Like, she meant to say vegetarian. She said veterinarian. And it just, that's the kind of stuff that I pull on, that like, we just, I don't know. We just get each other. And we're our own little tribe. We're all a tribe here together. When we find our people, we stick with them. And then we continue to grow. And that's the best part about this job is I have no idea who I'm going to meet tomorrow. I don't know who I'm going to meet an hour from now if I go out in the community. I love this job. So I thank you all, seriously.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike, this is Jeff Wilson. I met you probably about 5 years ago, and I want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Thank you.
Mandy Orphanus is, I probably didn't say that name very well, Orphanos is, has been with us for 5 years as well. And Mandy, would you just say a word or two if you'd like, or you can just say thank you. You don't have to talk much if you don't want to.
Sure, it's an honor and it's a privilege to be here working for the NILP. I absolutely love my job as well. And I just want to say thank you so much.
Very welcome. Thank you. I know no one knew they were all going to be put on the spot, so I appreciate that you all are just going with it. So thank you. All right. And Eileen Lonegrin.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
I just want to say thank you to Helena for letting me be myself and teaching me that it's okay to be inspirational and fun. And Mike is right about the tribe, and your vibe attracts the tribe. And my father said, find a job you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life. And my mom says, dare to be different and you're successful. And I am a different kind of person and I'm proud to be that. And I like to thank my tribe for helping me along and cheering me along and making my job easier.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's our RLC team, and it's wonderful that they get to share this time together and have made such an impact in our community. The next honoree is a 10-year veteran of NILP, Zuleika Gonzalez. Zuleika is unable to attend this evening, but Zuleika is someone who came to NILP 10 years ago. And her role started in a way that was a great way for her to see how she would really like to do some of the things we do. In other words, she was on a program that really was a transition program for her. And I actually knew Zuleika back from Greater Lawrence Technical High School days when I used to work there. And her spirit and her strong sense of, I can do this, I can do anything, I am here for the organization, comes through every single day. So Zuleika, I know that she would be very honored, and we'll certainly do a special kind of thing off camera another time. The other, oh my goodness, this is a great one too. 10-year award goes to someone who has been with us, obviously for 10 years, but who has been sharing his wealth of wisdom and his positive attitude with everyone he comes in contact. William Sanabria. So honored. It is great to have you with us. 10 years and many, many more, I'm hopeful. William, would you like to say anything?
Sure. Thank you. I want to thank you. I want to thank NILP for giving me the opportunity to be part of the family. I'm very grateful for that. And I always remember how things started for me, with my own disability, and then going through my transition to school and then back into the workforce. And at the beginning, it was challenging, like everything in life. You make the best of what you can. But the beauty about it is that, it all came around full circle. 10 years later, here I am working with a great team, a good, an awesome organization, and working with people in the community that, I get it, I listen to them, and I give them the same opportunity that people gave me. I hear them out and try to do the best I can with the ability and the, knowledge and everything I have learned and put together academically and, with resources and with my lived experience, and try to help them so they can help themselves, so they can live the best way they can, their choice. And that's what we're all about. So I want to thank, you guys for that opportunity.
Thank you, William. Thank you. William has been very special with so many people that it's like, what would William do? That is the quote that I think of. What would William do? Because he's been such a role model and an advocate. I will say personally, my own grandson was in our youth program, and he still asks about William, and like those kinds of role modeling that he learned from you is still with his heart. So thank you, William.
Thank you. Like I said, for the opportunity. I'm very grateful, and I hope to continue on as long as I can.
It's the next 10 years, William.
There you go. There you go.
Another 10. Let's up it. How about 20? Another 20. All right. So now this next award, this is an astonishing feat. And we have some special recognition for this opportunity here to share with you all tonight. So many of you know Jim Lyons. Jim Lyons has been with NILP for 40 years. Woohoo! That's amazing, right? So this is a very special award for Jim for his 40th year anniversary. So Jim.
The only 29-year-old to get 40 years.
So we can spotlight you?
I have him, but he has to put his video on so we, oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There I go. Congratulations, Dave Ellingson.
You need to unmute yourself, Jim. Hey.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Well, I want to say, of course, thank you. I have a great deal of gratitude for everybody. And I think, right now, I think we have the greatest board of directors in the whole world. And I think we're very, very fortunate. And I've been very lucky to work with a wonderful group of people. And right now, I am just so proud of everybody, all of my colleagues here tonight who won awards, and everyone participating tonight. It's an honor to work with you. And I am still very, very excited and pleased to be a part of the wonderful and unbelievable things that people do at the Northeast Independent Living Program. And for example, when our team, when people help someone to get out of a nursing home or to discharge from a state hospital and to go into their own apartment, and I get the honor of being involved a little bit in helping, with transportation, so they can look at apartments and view apartment shopping and everything. And I'm just so happy to be a very small part of the wonderful things, freeing people to do what they want to do in life, as my colleagues have just already said better than I do. So anyway, it's a great honor. And I have to say, you're all very, very, very nice to me. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. I want to say that we do have a special guest for you tonight too. But we have two highlights for you, Jim. One is I have a special gift, and I'm going to unveil it for you. And then we're going to have Representative Christina Minicucci, also have some words for you. But before we get to the words, we're going to open the gift. I've been known to open gifts before I look at the card too, so let me open. And this is a special gift for you. And it's for 40 years. And it says Michael, I have not seen this yet either, so this is kind of exciting. It says Michael Kors on the box.
Ooh.
Designer Michael Kors.
We know what that is.
Is a very heavy and very cool watch.
Whoa.
So,
very
nice. Beautiful, elegant watch for you. 40 years.
Those are nice ones.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. And I want to say you're a leader, an advocate, a mentor, and a resource to all. You're kind.
Thank you, Jim.
You have a thoughtful approach to problem solving. You solve issues that are big with legislators and small that are with someone who just needs an issue with getting in their door, their apartment. Access for all is real for you, and it's in every aspect of your being. And for that, we want your timeless recognition and many more years to come serving NILP. So thank you.
Here's to the next 40.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'll turn it over.
Exactly.
I'll turn it over to Christina Minicucci. I hope I'm saying your name right. Sorry.
It's close enough. It's close enough.
And if you would please share your words.
Absolutely. Well, it's great to be here tonight. I have to say it's interesting, June, that you used the example of Jim helping from things so small as opening the door, because I've actually heard that from other people. I said, he'll do anything for anybody when it comes to access, from something large to something so simple as just helping somebody get through a door. So we've heard that before. It's definitely what I hear in the community whenever your name comes up. Everyone says that you are the biggest advocate for the disability community and just making sure that everybody has access to every space and all the services that they need in order to be successful in our community. So thank you for 40 years. That's incredibly impressive. And I have to say that earlier this summer, your son actually reached out to me, and he gave a very, very compelling email as to why you deserved an extra special award from me. And he said, he's been working so long, it's even twice as long as I am old. And I said, that's straight from a kid. That's exactly right. But he had so many nice words for you, and how you had committed your life advocating for developmentally delayed community members and making sure everyone had equal access. So he's also very proud of you, though I don't know if he's here tonight. But I did also make you this award, this very special award from the House of Representatives. It's signed by myself, as well as Rep. Wynn, who couldn't be here tonight, and the Speaker of the House, Ron Mariano. And it says, be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to James F. Lyons Jr. in recognition of 40 years of service to the local disabled community at Northeast Independent Living Program. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. So many congratulations, and I'll swing by. I wanted to come stand outside your door and ring the doorbell, when they called my name and surprise you with the award, but we didn't know if that might be a little creepy. But I'm so excited, and thank you for inviting me here tonight. Many congratulations.
Thank you for coming. Thank you, Representative. And, I wouldn't have had it any other way. I'm very glad that I was able to serve Northeast Independent Living Program 40 years. Thank you all. You're all very kind. I appreciate it. Thank you, Representative. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks. Nice.
Jim, we have more.
Nice.
We also have another proclamation, and I know Tom Arsenault is on the call, and he is from Senator DiZoglio's office. So she has a state Senate official citation in your honor for your 40 years. So I do want to make sure that that gets recognized as well. So thank you. And we have Senator Elizabeth Warren, who also has presented a certificate of special congressional recognition for James F. Lyons Jr. Elizabeth Warren's signature here. So thank you. Two very, very important recognitions for someone's important work over the years. So
wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Senator. And thank you, June. That's wonderful. I'm honored.
So the next award is someone who has been with our board for many years, has been a real, not only a voice for our community as a board member and president, but also as a great advisor to the executive team and to myself, most personally and professionally. I have relied on Chris's wisdom and voice in my ear, and is able to take the opportunity to say, okay, June, this is a good idea. Or June, are you sure about that? Let me see if I can help you a little bit more on it. So he's been a great resource for me personally and professionally. So there is an outstanding leadership award for Chris Mcneil, who has been with us for many years. And it is in recognition of his years of service to the board. And he is now at the end of his term limits. So he is going to step off for a year, and maybe we can call him back to service after that and come back on the board, hopefully. And it's presented with an expression of appreciation from all of the board members and the executive team and all the staff for his years of leadership. Thank you, Chris Mcneil, for your board leadership.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
There you go, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
There is a plaque that's held in the board conference room. And on the plaque are all the names of board members that have had this distinguished honor of leading us over the years and who have gone on to other parts, and some have come back, and your name has already been added to the plaque that will be in our conference room. Again, thank you.
Great, thank you.
Now I'm going to turn it over to Sheila, because I think we're going to just highlight a little bit from our annual report.
Actually, Candace is going to lead us in this conversation.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, June. Congratulations to all of the award recipients tonight. We're really proud to share our annual report, our 2021 annual report, hot off the press. You can see this wonderful photo here of our youth services team at a barbecue they had with consumers over the summer. So we have our digital version up, and we're just gonna flip through the pages and share some highlights with you all tonight. So first up, we wanna share a great success that's happened with our older adult peer services program. This program began as a pilot program with the Mystic Valley Elder Services in FY19. And you can see in this graphic how it's grown tremendously, starting with 17 consumers in FY19 to 126 people in FY21, and continues to grow. The older adult peer services program has been critical during the pandemic. Many of the older adults in our community have struggled with isolation, and knowing that they can count on the peer support from our older adult peer specialists to be there for support. In our annual report, you'll read about Kevin and his story, and how Joanne, our certified peer specialist, worked with him to help grow his confidence. Another program that was highly successful and was also launched during the pandemic was our Flex Services program. This program is a partnership with the Elder Services of Merrimack Valley and North Shore. It is a short-term intervention to assist people with immediate housing challenges or those who are struggling with food insecurity. We also connect them to long-term services and supports. In our annual report, you can read about how we helped a consumer to really prevent him from becoming homeless. And you'll hear about how Rebecca, one of our Flex Services coordinator, helped him.
I'd like to now take a moment to spotlight our recovery learning community. We heard a lot from them just this evening already, as we had 5 of them receive awards. And during the last year, it has been phenomenal, the amount of services that RLC has provided to the community. And the development team actually was able to pull some amazing data from their monthly newsletters that they send out to the community. And it talks about weekly groups that they have and that are by phone. They have phone conferences, they have Facebook live groups, and they've also had video. And so we had the opportunity to really highlight that they had, in the last year, they had over 700 calls. They had over 200 Facebook groups going on, and they had over 250 conferences going on for individuals part of the recovery learning community. And so to see what they accomplished, where it was all virtual, was phenomenal. The next program that we'd like to highlight is our youth services program. Our youth services program was another program that did a phenomenal job with their services during COVID and went virtual and served so many students this past year, to the point that we received additional funding for their services because their team did such an amazing job. Just to highlight one particular piece of the services that they provide, their pre-ETS program, pre-employment for students served, they served 82 students. And what they do with those individual students can have job exploration counseling, job readiness and training, work-based learning, and instruction in self-advocacy and mentoring. And the services that the youth services are providing to the youth is amazing. They're getting that connection that sometimes they don't always have. They're learning skills as they are growing. We all know that as we start to get older and we are turning 18 or turning 22 and we're supposed to be a part of the adult world, how difficult it can be. And so the youth services program is really there to support them and help them have successful transitions into hood and into adult services. Those are just a few highlights of our annual meeting, and we encourage you to go to our website where we will be posting that for everybody able to see more of the amazing successes that have happened over this last year. All right, so we are now going to turn our meeting over to our board president, Chris Mcneil, to be able to start our business meeting.
Thank you, Sheila. Again, I just like to say it's been an honor serving with NILP, and thank you very much for the recognition. I first came to the agency. I had the pleasure of knowing Lisa Bizzoni, who suggested one day that I take a ride with her and check it out and attend a meeting. And short story thereafter, I was voted in, and I've been there almost about 10 years at this point, I think. But the reason for that is I thought it'd be advantageous. I was a fairly recent vision impaired, or became vision impaired, and I thought it would be a wise idea. With that, I also learned the many different things that the agency does, the different programs, etc. I also, believe it or not, learned all of the acronyms, I think. But with that, seeing the whole thing come together and realizing and watching not only the staff, but the officers and June and their team and how they interact with people, and certainly the compassion and care that they put forward each and every day was pretty impressive to me. And I've learned a lot. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think, I'm sure as time goes on that they'll sustain and be even better and stronger. But the other thing I'd like to mention too is during my time, I watched the agency grow, if I did the calculation correct, about threefold, actually about 3.5-fold during the time. And that to me is extremely impressive, without even mentioning the last 20 months or thereabouts, where again, under June's leadership, they were able to sustain and maintain it and do an excellent job in the community. So with that, again, thank you again. And I'm very humble at this point, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. And now,
okay, fantastic. Now we're going to turn over to Lisa Bizzoni to do our treasurer's report.
Lisa, your microphone.
Oh,
there you go.
What'd you say? You got it?
You're good. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So I'm referring to page 17 on the financial statement that's in the annual report. NILP had a strong revenue growth in 2021. Total assets of $3.8 million. We project 2022 to be another strong year for NILP. The cash increase was about $1 million, and there was a decrease in prepaid expenses. Property and equipment stayed the same. Accounts payable was a little bit higher, and the long-term debt has gone down because of the payroll protection plan was forgiven. So overall, we had a good year. Next year looks like it's going to be another good year. Anyone have any questions?
Okay, then I will.
Okay, I guess we're good.
Okay, I will pull up the poll. I believe I need to do it since I'm host, Allison. Oh, wait a minute. Apologize, that's the wrong poll.
I've got the poll. So I'm going to launch it right now. Can everybody see it?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Do you approve of the treasurer's report by Lisa?
Mine left.
It
I know. Mine did too. Let's see.
Hold on.
Mine left too. How do we go back?
It also
Yeah,
asked
I'll
if
do
you
it.
approved of Gary Hale.
Here we go.
There we go.
How'd you find it? Do you approve of the treasurer's report? Okay. Treasurer's report is approved, ending that poll. And we are spotlighting Chris.
Okay. You just give us a moment, Chris, and we will pull up the board slate for the election of Gary Hale to our board this year. Okay, Gary Hale is our next person that we would like to nominate to be part of NILP's board. Gary Hale worked for the Massachusetts Rehabilitation Commission for 40 years in several capacities, including vocational rehabilitation counselor, regional supervisor, director of statewide programs, and Lawrence office area director. He also has been a member of the NILP board of directors for 30 years, beginning in the early 1980s, when the organization was in its initial development stage. He served as a president of the board for several of those years and is a member of the board of development and personnel committees. He has been actively involved in the development of 4 strategic plans for NILP throughout the years. Gary resides in Melrose, Mass, and has been legally blind since birth. He has an MS degree in rehabilitation counseling from Boston University and a BS degree in psychology from Tufts University. And Allison, if you could do our poll for Gary.
Okay, so. One second. Okay. Do you approve? I'm hoping that this is launched.
It didn't show up on my end.
Relaunch poll. Okay.
There we go.
Almost had a nervous breakdown. Okay. Do you approve of the election of Gary Hale? In a few seconds, I will end the poll and share the results.
I can't answer my poll.
Should I step out of the room?
Hosts and panelists cannot vote.
Oh, okay.
Andy's on.
I can't vote either.
No.
I see 16 people have voted so far.
Hosts and panelists can't vote.
Oh, panelists cannot vote. Okay, I understand. So we have our consumers and stuff. Okay. I'm going to end this poll. And the results.
I would also like to bring up that we have a number of absentee ballots that came in prior to our meeting, and there was a return of 13 ballots in favor of Gary Hale being part of our board this year.
So
and
that's
we have
30
17
yeses
on our poll as well.
And the results I've shared. Yes, I approve. 100% approval.
Fantastic. I will turn it back over to Chris.
Thank you, Sheila. At this point, I'd like to be the first to congratulate David Bradburn in assuming the role as president of NILP. As June alluded to, in about 30 minutes or thereabouts, I'll be all done. But I will say, you know, David brings a lot of great things to the board. He's been an advocate and is a consummate gentleman. And I'm sure under his stewardship, we will continue to do well and as we move into the future. So congratulations, David.
Thank you, Chris. Very nice of you to say that. Looking forward to continuing the good work with NILP.
All right, and now I would like to bring it back to June. Oh. Sorry, go ahead, Kevin.
It was Dave. That was
Dave, you're spotlighted. Go right ahead.
Ooh,
I think everyone was good.
He was just congratulating him.
Oh,
yeah, I'm just
I
congratulating.
don't know how you ended up spotlighted. Sorry.
So this is June, and I would like to spotlight Gary Hale and ask if he'd like to say anything, because he is just, I mean, people are just, the notes are coming in the chat. Everyone is so excited to have you back. I know I am. For those of you who don't know, Gary Hale was board president when I was part of that whole search committee, and they made such good decisions. And here I am. So Gary Hale, do you have anything to say that you'd like to say? A few words.
Well, I'm excited to be back. You know, NILP is almost pretty much a lifetime commitment for me. I've been involved pretty much since the very beginning of the organization in one capacity or another, and I had spent years on the board, and it's, you know, it's a big part of my life. I'm glad to be back, and I'm pleased to be working with this wonderful group on the board, and also obviously the terrific staff that we have, who I hasten to congratulate all those dedicated people that were recognized tonight, especially my old buddy Jim. And I'm just pleased to be back, and thank you for having me. Thank you for voting me back.
Gary, I don't know if you remember, but during my first stint as a board member, I want to say it was probably 15 years ago, you were president at the time, and actually you brought me on the board.
Yes, I did. I remember that. And I'm glad you're still with us, David.
Yeah.
Always appreciated your dedication and the work that you do in your career, as well as the work that you do with NILP. It's all about helping people, and we're lucky to have you on the board. And congratulations on your presidency.
Well, thank you. I'm looking forward to working with you again, Gary.
Thank you. Thank you, David. Thank you, Gary. So at this time, I'd like to sort of wrap us up in terms of the annual meeting, the business meeting. I have notes here that says, make some plugs. So I have to make a couple of plugs. One is for the fact that tomorrow, our raffle begins, our silent auction begins tomorrow. And so please sign up for the silent auction and the great items that are there. So that opens up tomorrow. My other plug is for that November 4th, our virtual gala. We were going to have our 40th anniversary gala, or some people say gala. And as it turns out, we have decided to make that a virtual. And it's for 1 hour. It's a short but sweet but powerful and fun. Best dress contest is there. I actually looked up on at the raffle or silent auction in the event for virtual gala, and I saw a picture of my son and daughter-in-law already best dressed submissions, and I was like, oh, what are they doing there? So now this is it. It's on. We got to dress up and give a good picture. So please make sure that you stay tuned for those events and participate, because this is our one time, the virtual gala, and that event comes only once every 5 years to honor those anniversary big dates. And, you know, we don't do a lot of events because we want to make sure that we are powerful and have an impact when we do an event like that. So please tune in and know that that fundraising goes to our Independence Fund and our ability to pay for things for consumers that potentially may not be covered by any state dollars or federal dollars. Okay, so the last thing is to, as we're starting to close, is if anyone would like to speak, request a permission to unmute, and certainly open it up for any questions or anything in. You can do it in the chat as well. I've seen some great comments come through in the chat box. Nanette Goodwin, you're out there. Thank you for coming. And Nanette has been, as you know, was honored last year and will be hopefully back at the office next week. We're hoping, fingers crossed, all good. So welcome back to Nanette. And anybody else, any other comments, chat, or unmute yourself? Take a minute or so.
It looks like Eileen has raised her hand, so just give me a second so I can see if I can get her unmuted.
Was Am I unmuted?
You are unmuted, yes.
Okay. I just want to thank everybody from the top down, the state representatives, the governors. I used to be an advocate at the State House back in the day in the clubhouse. And I feel that I have a family with NILP. And I hope I'm working here till the day I die because I love it. And I just can't express the gratitude and the love I get when I am with everybody and my team and everything else. So thank you very, very, very much. I love you all.
You, Eileen. You have such a great spirit. And we are so glad that you're going to be with us for a very, very long time to come. Terrific. All right. Any other comments or questions as we wrap up? We'll do some closing. Close it. That's a great closing remark right there from Eileen. You could leave it right there. As well as all the kudos that people are recognizing that Nanette is coming back. So when we do sort of wrap up here, I'm going to just turn it over to Chris to adjourn the meeting and let board members know that we will stay on the Zoom for a few minutes afterwards to conduct some additional board work after this meeting. So Chris, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn our annual meeting.
I second that. This is Kevin.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you all and have a great night.
Thank you.